How does Homelander satirize American society?
He didn't. It was Eric Kripke.
In Gen V, beyond wearing a cape that resembles the American flag, Homelander takes another controversial action at the end of the show. A tense riot breaks out at Godolphin University. When things are in chaos, it seems Homelander will appear to save everyone. But that's not what happens. Without understanding the situation, he immediately accuses and attacks Marie, a black woman, with his laser vision. This action not only shows his brutality, but also his clear bias.
That's too bad.
Afterward, Homelander imprisons everyone on Marie's side, which includes a black person and a gender-fluid Asian person.
Oh, here we go.
The way he handles this situation makes many viewers draw a parallel to hot-button issues in modern American society.
Yeah, that racists come in all colors.
He ain't lying.
Well, hello, kiddies. This is your friendly neighborhood Watchman, here with you today to talk about showrunner Eric Kripke. No, not that Kripke. We ain't hunting for rabbits today.
Koopa? Kripke?
This is an older article, but that doesn't matter because this is to set a foundation for those who just so happen to be unfamiliar with this character. Eric Kripke was the creator and showrunner for the first 5 seasons for the popular and long-running Supernatural.
Dad's on a hunting trip. And he hasn't been home in a few days.
On CW, a show which I happened to have liked at the time. I don't even remember how many seasons I watched. 7, 8, 6, I don't know. But what I did see I liked for the most part, but I digress. Eric Kripke and how his TDS, Trump derangement syndrome, has creeped into his show and at times an overindulge with his views on politics to the point where he's lost a lot of the audience, as we shall see in future videos, and why I feel it's important, especially to those who are clueless about Eric Kripke. So without further delay, let's just jump into this article and let's start this shit.
Without further ado, let's do this shit!
From Cosmic Book News with the byline by Matt McCloy, with the heading, The Boys showrunner Eric Kripke has epic meltdown over Trump win. I heard he was in a corner of his mansion, curled up in a fetal position for a month after.
Voices!
Of course, that's Homelander, Kripke's psychotic right-winger. I've been waiting for this and knew it was coming. The Boys showrunner Eric Kripke had an epic meltdown following the Donald Trump landslide victory over Kamala, aka the drunk hyena, Harris, to win the 2024 election. Kripke joins a long list of celebrities and comic book writers who have all melted down over Trump. Curiously, none have yet to move to Canada and still reside in the US of A. But Rosie O'Donnell left. At least that's one. Unfortunately for the Irish.
I'm a leprechaun, me dear.
What did Eric Kripke say? Regarding what Kripke has to say, it's pretty hilarious. If you don't know, Kripke has been obsessed with Trump since Trump first won the White House. So much so that Kripke said he modeled Homelander after Trump in The Boys.
Are you yawning?
Kripke also ruined the most recent season of The Boys by having it be all about putting the right in its place.
As if.
Which obviously has failed miserably. Yeah, if anybody needs to be put in its place, it's the left. Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. So get this. In a not-so-recent interview, Kripke says he is afraid the next 4 years are going to be like his show, The Boys. Oh, God. Render on to be a break, will you? Also, get this. Kripke compares himself and his show to punk rockers. Don't they all? Can you say delusions of grandeur? And says he doesn't want to be a sellout. How many spin-offs has he tried making from this show? Last we checked, The Boys, aired on Amazon Prime Video, is one of Prime Video's most popular shows. Kripke most likely has been paid billion, and there are plans for, tons of spin-offs. Punk rock? Laugh out loud. Selling out? LOL. Sounds like you did that a long time ago, dude. Ooh, Matt McCloy. I like the cut of your jib. Here is Kripke's epic meltdown over Trump winning the election via Collider. Welcome to Clown World. Speaking of, the night before the election, Kripke endorsed Harris. Yep, you guessed it, as a clown. You can't make this up. Oh my God. He looks as I envisioned a Kamala supporter would look like. I know there's a lot of problems to solve, but for me, it comes down to this. He's talking about Trump, sees America as us versus them. She, Kamala, sees America as American. Yeah, okay. Even if you disagree, please vote. Oh, they voted all right and sent you crying to the corner. Clown. This is Kripke's quote. We're going to look at the chips we have on the table right now. I live in absolute terror. It's becoming the thing we've been satirizing for 5 years. The thing about the boys is that it's punk rock, dude, and it hurts extra hard when punk rockers like me sell out.
Come tiptoe through the tulips with me.
I'm really working hard to not sell out, but too late. But whatever.
Whatever.
We do these shows because we really care about them and we're passionate about them. And they can tell fresh stories that we can't tell in the boys. And not just be about rapid expansion and crippling TDS, but be very careful and mindful about the choices we're making and being able to defend why we're making them. Kamala Harris, I worry about that every single freaking day. I just want people to say maybe it's for them and maybe it isn't for them, but gotta hand it to them. They maintain a consistent level of quality. Gag me with a spoon.
Totally bugging.
Well, folks, that was the end of this brief episode. Just a foundation I want to lay down about this Kripke character. So, as we usually do when we have time for some reader mail. First up is T. Masaki. What? Yeah, I thought he was pretty much a walking meltdown poster child for TDS. What a sad life. Well, you ain't kidding. It's poignant because he created a show that's popular with people. And I'm sure popular with a lot of moderates, non-leftists, people that don't believe what he does. You know, you poison the well too much and you walk away. You're alienating over half your fan base. But I digress. Next, from Hunter S. Thompson, we have, that isn't a meltdown, laugh out loud. Maybe a little pompous and pretentious, sure. But have you ever asked yourself if maybe you are becoming what you write about and are seeing ghosts because you do? Understand people will see your title and build up, then what they said and laugh at the sight as it loses even more credibility. Well, buddy, you're wrong. Yeah, in this brief article, they didn't go into it, but this guy's classic TDS, he gets more crazier. Just look at his body of work. Post-Supernatural, I mean, ratings have dropped from his shows. Audiences have left. Because he beat somebody over the head with narratives, where people get sick of it. And your downvotes should give you a little hint right there. 1 upvote, which is his own, and 9 downvotes. Pathetic. Next, we have Quite Nuffsayer, who says, I like when the toadies act like they have a backbone. We're punk rock, while on their knees to the overlords. Get your backs, vote for fill-in-the-blank Democrat, and don't question.
Shut up.
Bitch, please.
At best, The Boys was a crappy show. At worst, well, I stopped after season 1, so I don't know. Yeah, I like season 1 because I love Carl Urban. I mean, I hope he's not a loony leftist. I'm a big Star Trek fan, even though I'm not a fan of the Abrams Kelvin timeline or universe. In my opinion, I thought he was great at portraying Dr. Leonard Bones McCoy.
My God, man, you could at least act like it was a hard decision.
I intend to assist in the effort to reestablish communication with Starfleet. However, if crew morale is better served by my roaming the halls weeping, I will gladly defer to your medical expertise. Excuse me.
Green-blooded hobgoblin.
Of course, he was in Lord of the Rings. He was a great Judge Dredd. I mean, totally blew Sylvester Stallone out the water there. And to act in that helmet, you never get to see the guy's face. But anywho,
Stay on target.
I did like this show for reasons that I was able to overlook Kripke's biases. But in the future seasons, he will be doubling, tripling and quadrupling down. Next, 333 H. Matt says, last season was terrible. Made Frenchie gay. Yeah, what's up with that? Everyone's got to be gay, huh? And if you say something to the contrary, then you're a homophobe and everything else that goes along with it. You know what I'm saying? Completely contradicted his previous character arc. Yeah, like, no doubt. I thought he was going to hook up with Kimiko. I mean, what the hell was that whole first season about? With their relationship?
Kimiko. Bonjour, Kimiko.
But I digress. Made the far right into Jesus clowns because, you know, it's always the Christians. These cowards will never mess with Islam for what should be obvious reasons. They're afraid they might run into a jihadi Mustafa that will put an end to them. Because unlike Christians, those folks will end you for being homosexual. But again, in this election cycle, Democrats were abortion alarmists. They were the actual Homelanders, wanting to kill everyone in the womb. Touche, Matt. Give you a thumbs up for that. Next is Gabriel, who says, Kripke is as punk rock as Green Day. Brilliant.
Brilliant.
And last but not least, we have Scott Fan, who says, if I am Trump, I really troll this guy. Like, put on Truth Social a picture of him in the Homelander costume. But anyway, that's who Kripke models Homelander after. So, you know, truth is stranger than fiction. So, folks, we've come to the end of this video. Ugh, what a clown. So, if you like the article, if you like my commentary or the reader's comments, then pretend that like button is that clown nose on Kripke's face. And just take a swipe. And subscribe if you haven't already. And for shame if you haven't.
Shame. Shame.
It's free.
It's free, bitches! It's free! It's
You don't have to pay a dime. And hit that notification bell so that you'll always be forewarned for whenever I'm about ready to drop another video. And as always, stay safe and I bid you peace.